Here we get into some more. About that money, get residuals. Some more.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. We go.
Ooh la la, we.
She go.
Ooh la la, we.
They go.
Ooh la la, we.
We go.
Ooh la la, we.
Ooh la la, we. Ooh la la, we. Ooh la la, we. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where the bread. What it do, YouTube? You now tuned in. POPAVIST. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then please come on in. Over here, we deal in sports, hip-hop, interviews, motivation, and Popavism 101. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then please, before you exit, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. Yeah. And if it's not your first time, then you know how we do. You know how we start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game, people. We in the end game because apparently when you trying to get it out the mud and you out on your grind doing what you got to do, serving your purpose, that's some lame shit. That's some sucker shit. That's some whack nigga shit. Like, what? Like, what? Like, yeah, I'm going to repeat that. When you out on the grind, getting it out the mud, on your purpose, trying to get to a higher level, that's some lame shit. That's some whack nigga shit. That's some sucker nigga shit. That's some clown, goofy, fuck nigga shit. Yeah, that's the days we living in. In 2021, when you out and about trying to do what you got to do and get it out the mud, that's some lame nigga shit. What? Says who? Who said that? Oh yeah, the other light-skinned nigga, because I'm light-skinned too. The other light-skinned nigga. The nigga on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, DJ Djenvy. You seen the clip? You seen the title, rather? You seen a little thumbnail? Oh, that's some lame nigga shit. Because I'm outside on the grind trying to get clients for my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple of other videos is like outside begging. So that's why I was like, hold. Let me see what's going on. So then when I see like, oh, nah, he just saying he was outside the Hermes store, you know what I'm saying? And trying to get little clients and do his little consulting and all that. So it's like, yeah, bro, I'm out here, I'm working, I'm hustling. I'm doing what I got to do to get to where I got to get to. Like, I don't understand, like, why is that lame? And I mean, we'll get to the rating system in a minute. Let's stick to out being on the grind, getting to my business, handling my business. How is that lame? And why is we putting that message out there to, you know, young people that's maybe doing the same thing, but in different ways? It's doing Uber lame. It's standing outside trying to get people to come to college lame. I got a few friends that was doing that downtown. You know what I mean? Downtown Brooklyn to be exact. Standing outside the college, trying to get people to come into the college and enroll in college. Is that some lame shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand where these assaults and these things come from. And to be clear, we talking about KEVINSAMUELS again, but not really so much him. You know what I mean? Because his mad channel's talking about, like I told you, he the hottest in the streets right now. And those YouTube streets that I be running through, these YouTube alleyways I be in, yeah. So it's, you know, it's not a secret. You know, we're gonna talk about it if it's what is out there. You know what I mean? If that's what's hitting for, then we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna see what's the lesson from it? What are we learning from it? Why is these talks coming from? And I'll just say this too, because I spoke about KEVINSAMUELS a few times since I learned about him. It's like everybody else that's talking about him, you know what I mean? But everybody got their own spin and everybody got their own perspective of what is he doing, his end game, And what's the goal of it all? Like, no slander and dirt, slinging over here. I'm not really going to be with that on this channel anyway. And I told y'all, like, for the setting yourself on fire and doing all the crazy shit just to get a view and all that, nah, not on POPAVIST TV. Y'all got to go to the other channels. And there's plenty of them channels out there. You know what I mean? There's plenty of them. Niggas setting themselves on fire, talking about goofy fuck shit all day. No message, no nothing, and no chicken dinners, no money, no nothing. It's just, you know what I mean, with the fuck shit. So you got to go to the other channels because I'm not going to do that here. I'm talking about it, not even so much him, but that's who the comments was addressed to. You know what I mean? By Djenvy saying that he was a lame because he was used to, because what he used to do, like on DMX skit, like, the nigga was talking slick at the other jails, talking about what he used to do. Let's take this nigga on a straight rough ride, like Rough Riders. That's why I'm addressing him, because I got nephews, I got nieces, I got young people that, you know what I mean, they not street people. They don't want to be street people. They don't want to be involved with the streets on that level like their uncle was, their cousin was, or, other people that you guys may know. We all from a hood, you know what I mean? Every place got a hood, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what message are we really sending? And I just finished, talking about the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? With the Cal situation, you know what I mean? Shout outs to 40 Cal, shout outs to him, and still prayers and condolences to him and his family, because they still going through a tough situation. But I was saying that was a little bit low class for them to mention all this other shit and then, mention his daughter being missing in the rumor report. And then, go see the other video if you have no idea what I'm talking about. So pretty much why I'm bringing that up is they have one of the biggest platforms, if not the biggest, on radio. One of the biggest platforms on radio. Not just in New York. They radio is syndicated throughout a lot of states and cities. So a lot of voices is like, hello, like when you hear people, hello, you play to win the game. You don't just play it to play. So people have to be held responsible and accountable for the things that they say. So you a successful man, Envy, like you've been on the radio for years, you married, you got kids, you doing type of, real estate investments. I would say you were a man of high quality. You know what I mean? For something like Kevin Samuels used to say, you're not a rapper. You know what I mean? I don't think he really deemed rappers and athletes as high value. I kind of differ a little bit with that, even though some of them is even though they educated, went to college, some of them niggas is just regular niggas too. They just got a couple dollars and they skilled at what they do. So I understand why he may be saying that, but I don't agree. So like I said, I don't agree with everything he says or anything that anybody says. I think everybody could be put under the microscope and be analyzed, could be critiqued, could be challenged, etc. That's how we grow. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. And y'all already know, if you've been following me and rocking with me, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right. You have to fail. Like, I got a GED, like not a PhD. I'm not a PhD. I got a GED and I got it in prison. So I'm not going to get up here like I'm one of the generation's next smartest and brightest, because I'm probably not. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I'm stopped learning or I'm not going to continue to get better and strive for greatness, because I am going to do that. But my point is, I'm not going to probably win no debate shows or be up there going on TV like X. You know what I mean? I'm Malcolm X, like the end of the movie. I'm Malcolm X. And, be debating with all the intellectuals and all that. But the point is, they have a big platform. This guy's supposed to be, a quality type of individual. Why would you get up there and say, like, because he was outside some stores trying to, garner some business and generate some business, that he's a lame? And now let's go to the other side. Because it's like, he's a 50-year-old man. He's fucking 50. He's a whole grown-ass man. I don't really like the fact that he's rating people. Everything gets a rating. Your show gets ratings. You get rated. You either number one or you're number two, or you at the bottom. Restaurants get rated. That's why they have the A, B, C, D signs on there. Or you get the fat F. Or you get the loser. You get the pun, like, where I know you from? Yeah, go that way. Like, I don't understand that. Then you got Angela Yee, you know what I mean? And I met DJ Envy and Angela Yee and Charlamagne on a few occasions. Yeah, shout outs to Styles P. Like, shout outs to Styles. If you go look up Convent 22, that it was supposed to be a series, but then they changed it into a video. I'm in that video playing pool. You know what I mean? POPAVIST, yeah, unscripted, uncut. authentic. That feeling, yeah, I'm around. A lot of times I be in some of the same places, and I'm not saying like I'm a big celebrity. I'm saying I be outside, and a lot of times when I like hanging out, especially at this time, I always was in the clubs. I always was hanging out. I'm always around. I've been outside since I was like 8 years old. That's the real facts. You can go look that up, especially if I get super popping. They're gonna probably look it up anyway. Catch up, like Hov, catch up. Damn, you fading him, Pop. How you gave him that? So anyway, a couple years ago when I was managing the artists and shit, I knew somebody that knew somebody. And a lot of times not what you know, it's who you know. So I knew somebody, they liked the kid, not on a intimate level, but they was just digging a brother's style. They're like, yo, bring your artist through. I'm gonna get him in the joint. And then when I was there, they're like, yo, you could get in the joint too. Gave me the little shirt, COD, cash on deck. And they threw us in the video, and I'm actually in the scene playing pool with what's his name? Mino, you know what I mean? From Yonkers, shout outs to the Locks, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. So this was the second time that I met them. I met DJ Envy another time downtown at a sports bar with Charlamagne, and I actually hung out with Charlamagne for my 30th birthday at BB King's. Yeah, like, you gonna make me send bottles to Charlamagne? Yeah, that part? Yeah. So, you know, I say that to say they average regular people. They work. They just on the radio. They do got a big platform. I'm wondering why y'all saying like it's a big thing to rate people. People get rated every day. That's just what it is. You come outside, people gonna rate you. We all have biasness. We all have prejudices, whether right or wrong, and we all rate people. We do. You know what I mean? Women rate people. Women rate men on the type of resources they got and physical appearance. And men rate women as well. So just because he's 52, what's wrong with him rating people? We all do it. We all do it. We rating your wife. Some women is rating you. And then, like you said, you got people that call up to his show who, some of the women that call his show, your father wouldn't even be qualified for them. They're looking down on your father. Your father's a New York State, you know what I mean, or a city policeman. That's not good enough for some of these women. So he's just giving them the reality back that they calling up to. So I find that interesting that you think that's lame, when in fact, that's admirable what he's doing. Because he's championing for the regular guys, the people like your father that keep us safe. And I'm not with defund the police. I know my vibes on that, my thoughts on that. We need the police because it's a lot of fuck shit that go on in the community. It's a lot of delusional people around. And when you say stuff like that on the air, it's not a good look, in my opinion. It's just like, if you don't like the nigga, then cool. Just say you don't like the message. But what message do you really don't like? You know what I mean? Like, it don't really sound like that's you speaking. It sounds like it's somebody in the back of you speaking over you. Wonder who that could be. And I ain't disrespectful and I don't, talk crazy. I got to be out here in these streets. Like, I might run into you and it might be a problem talking crazy about your family. So that's not my vibe, or that's not what the platform is about. But I just find it interesting that you thought that he was out hustling on his grind, working. Just like I'm sure you was working when you was out with your mixtapes, or you was not nobody and you was trying to become somebody. That's what you got to do. So the message should be that there's nothing wrong with getting it out the mud, as opposed to going to get a brick, breaking it down, going to rob something, going to hit the Rolex store and then put it on the gram, going to bust down checks. Like, that's what you should be saying is lame. Or you should be looking at with the side eye or looking down like that's a little bit low class. Like, what he's doing is admirable, no matter what age. Because ain't nobody out here going to give a nigga shit. Now, if you know somebody, you know a couple of people that can make a couple of moves for you, then yeah, you might be looked out for. But I just think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the next story. You know what I mean? I really just think that was crazy. Angela Yee, like I said, I met her a few times as well. You know what I mean? In Brooklyn, I met her in Charlotte. Like, I'm outside. Like I told you. Now, I'm not saying in the sense that they're saying it. Like, I'm outside doing that. I'm outside because I like to be outside. And this shit happen outside. I got a lot of things that I be doing and you can't do it in the house. Only thing you can do in the house is, not too much. Unless you work from home, et cetera, et cetera. You got a business. Then you get what I'm saying. I'm being funny, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't know what's that thing. Maybe he hate women. And like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? What are we talking about? Really, like, what are we talking about? Let's get to the other thing, because I find these is teachable moments. These is learning lessons. That's why you hear me a little hype like this. Plus, the fast is over. Yes. Tonight was the last night. Tomorrow morning, I will be able to wake up and eat one of my favorite breakfasts, which is bacon and eggs. You know what I'm saying? Bacon and eggs, a little bit of jelly, a little bit of mayonnaise on one side, toasted bread, a little lettuce, a little tomato. Yeah, I love bacon, eggs in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I love bacon and eggs. The other story that's real hot, fiery right now. JOEBUTTONS, you know what I mean? The Joe Budden podcast. Pump it up. Like, you know what I mean? JOEBUTTONS. And I rock with JOEBUTTONS in the sense that, you know, as an artist, obviously, you know, had an okay career. He admit probably could have been better. I think he was a dope rapper, you know what I mean? Even though he probably wasn't recognized as one of the best. You know, he had bars, he had flow, he had, you know, metaphors, etc. Obviously, he was a member of Slaughterhouse, you know what I mean? Joel Ortiz and those boys, you know what I mean? What's the other guy? Royce 5'9". I think them dudes is nice lyrically, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they have some hit records. So with that aside, I obviously jumped into the podcast, and he was ahead of the game. He got an interview where, you know, when he interviewed Kevin Samuels, speaking to him again, when he was like, shit, you know, when the pandemic hit, numbers was going up, but then everybody started coming out, jumping out with podcasts. And he actually was one of the first, not the first, but one of the first to try his hand at the podcasting business, and he's doing very well for himself. Now, although I was a fan of JOEBUTTONS, the rapper, I can't say that I was a big JOEBUTTONS podcast fan. In fact, I only watched like 3 episodes, and one of them was with Kevin Samuels. It's like, y'all, when he started shooting to the top and I started getting in these YouTube streets, I was like, damn, this nigga's on fire. He viral. And I was telling everybody, like, yo, you seen this video? You seen this video? Because I haven't really seen nothing like this before. And I think a lot of us haven't seen nothing like this before. That's why anytime his name is brought up, it's gaslighting. It's like you either love or hate, or you got to choose sides. And I think all that's a little bogus too. It's a lot of other stuff we could be focusing on besides what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If he's not that important, it's not that serious, then why is everybody being in an uproar about it? But anyway, I seen that interview. I seen like another show that he did about it's a dude in a dress, Kid Cudi. And then I watched the episode where Roy and Mal was on the show talking about what was going on. So I really was not in the loop with it until I seen the episode, like, oh, they was having the beef and whatever. And now the ball has dropped and they out of here. Like, do you ever think about when you out of here? Record deal in, video out of here. $5,000 love seat out of here. No doubt Pop is young, but we ain't going out. Like, we not going out. We're going to be in these YouTube streets until they kick us out of here. And then we'll probably figure it out by then because we still new, we still young, we still upcoming and figuring this shit out. And they should have never let me. Like, I'm here now and I'm not going nowhere. And those are the real facts. That's why every day I come with the raw. But anyway, so I'm like, damn, he fired them pretty much on air, like on the show. And then he replaced them. And actually, I come to find out that that's how much I wasn't in the loop. The people that was on the episode with Kevin Samuels, those wasn't even his boys from before. So the reason why I want to talk about this, in addition to it being trending, it's a real hot topic right now, is because, like, again, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. And what I mean by that is, I know what it's like to be involved with somebody else in their project, and because you feel so passionately about what they're doing, the person, you going hard in the streets. Like, you going not as hard as them, but you're going pretty damn hard. Like, you're going pretty damn hard. And then situations change and you're not involved no more. So that hard work you put in, the energy you put in, the effort that you put in, the time that you put in, you get nothing. You get nothing but dust and blood. But we have dust and blood to spare. That's what the person is telling you. As they looking at you like, damn, I just did all this shit and I get nothing. And then the person is looking at you like, yeah, you get nothing but dust and blood. And we got a whole lot of dust and blood to spare, nigga. Like, you can go that way. And I know what it's like to feel like, damn, I just got used and abused. You wake up like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang, and you was beefing and complaining about calling all over the world on the bat line, you know what I mean, for Robin Gibbons and flights and all that. And when you wake up after getting a piece of that, you know what I mean, good, it's $200 sitting on the dresser and you like this with the sheets. Like, I know what it's like, damn it, man, to feel used And, I'm not saying the people that I had these instances with use me, you know what I'm saying? But things don't work out. People have fallen outs. And I'm definitely not a yes man person. So I have had a lot in the falling outs. But the thing is, I'm also that person that when I rock with you and you got a product or you got whatever, I got room in my house. I got room in my truck. Where we going? All right, well, you going to go to Brooklyn. I'm going to go to Queens. I'm going to go to Minnesota. I'm going to be over here with it. And I'm going to champion you. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to get this money together. So to Roy and Mal, you know what I mean? Obviously, they made the podcast. They was a part of the podcast for 6 years, I believe. And now they're not. Like that. Thanos snapped his fingers and you niggas was out of here and 2 other new niggas is there. And the thing about it is he put 2 niggas, 1 light skin again and 1 brown skin for whatever that's worth. I don't know if he trolling or not, but I thought that was very interesting now that I see who they were. You know what I mean? Because the episodes that I seen, I believe I just seen with the 2 new people. I didn't know that they just got there. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't watching the show like that. But now that I do know that, I'm like, damn, he replaced the light-skinned nigga, a brown-skinned nigga, and he put in the light-skinned nigga and the brown-skinned nigga. Was that by default? Like, Joe Buttons, are you a super troll? Like LeBron, when he came back from 3-1, he had the Ultimate Warrior shirt on. Like, you a super troll. You know what you're doing. You know how to get under a nigga's skin and make him triggered. But this is for the Roys and the Mals of the world and for myself, people that's like me. If you don't have no stake in the company, or you don't have nothing in writing that can protect your energy, your effort, your time, and whatever you bring into the table to try to help push whatever project you involved in, then maybe you shouldn't do that. And maybe you should, be more business minded, because it's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a business. And I learned that in a lot of personal instances where you may think one thing because you a little handshake or you're a little coolie cool, or we used to go to high school, and now when the person is in a position of power, like I got money, yeah, like 50 Cent on the massacre, position of power, yeah. Don't trip, nigga, because I'm in a position of power. I'm going to do it the way I see fit, and you either can like it or you can go that way. Yeah, you can go that way, because we're going to be good over here. It's a slap to the face. It could be like, damn, you a piece of shit ass nigga. I thought we supposed to be brothers. We supposed to be brothers and cool. And the nigga is looking at you like, oh, nah, we cool outside of the business. But when it comes to this business shit, I'm all about business. As you should. Like Uncle Sam wants you, as you should. You should be all about your business every day, all day. You should never be not about business. You know what I'm saying? Even when you networking and moving around, you should be about your business. You always should be. Because if you're dealing with people that's always about their business, they're going to see like, damn, like it was a saying a while back, Jim Jones, you know what I mean? Either Jim Jones or Kim or somebody is like, I'm a street person, you know what I mean? I come from the streets, but then when I get into business, people are not street, but they gangsters, they paper gangsters, meaning that their paper is in order. Their business is in order. So on paper, they're paper gangsters. They can take your masters or your royalties, or they can fuck you over. Because, yeah, you some street tough nigga. But when you come up into this new arena, when you start running in these industry streets and these industry alleyways, and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get gaffled, and you're going to get tore to pieces. And you're going to be looking around like, damn, where did all the good friendship go? like Coach Greg Adams, when he hit the button, where did all the men go? The good men and women is looking around after they played around on the carousel, riding around, rejecting all the good niggas and the school book niggas and the good credit niggas for the Pookies and Ray Rays. When they look up and look in the mirror like, oh shit, where did all the good men go? Like they gone. They're gone. And when you look around like, damn, where's all the loyalty and the friendship at? They're gone because it ain't none. So let this be a lesson to you. Make sure your business is right. Make sure you read. Make sure you spend time studying the things that you need to study so that you can be successful. You know what I'm saying? Don't let a nigga pimp you and play you out of your time. Because outside of health, if you're not rich yet, obviously you strive. We all striving to get the bag. And some of us striving, but we're not striving. And that's another topic. But if you are striving to get the bag, you know what I mean? The most important thing that you can have outside of health, you have to be healthy. That's number one. You have to be healthy. After health is time. Time, energy, and effort. And that kind of be, effort and energy can be the same thing. Time. None of us get that game time back. When it's game time at the end of the game, you either hitting a shot or you're not. Like, hit or miss. You know what I mean? This is a make and miss league. Yeah, like Rachel Nichols, this is a make or miss league. You either got the time or you don't. You either going to hit that shot or you're not. You know what I mean? So take that in consideration, but never think that working hard for your shit, going out prospecting, being on the grind, meeting in Starbucks, getting the Wi-Fi, taking trips to, you know what I mean, to try to make ends meet, only to not get the result that you want. Don't give up. Keep doing it. And the last thing I'll say before the video get too long, just because you was in one place a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, now look, like, because DJ Envy, going back to him, I guess he didn't remember who Kevin Samuels was. He just knew it was some nigga outside trying to give his business card out or try to generate business. But the person that's inside the Hermes store was like, yeah, you don't remember him? Like, so he pointed out that this is who Kevin Samuels was. And then now it dawns on Envy like, oh, that is him. I remember him. I bet you that person that's working in Hermes would love to be where Kevin Samuels is at. I bet he would love it. I bet he would trade his fucking life to be where he's at right now. And a lot of people that's hating probably would be. Because he's successful now. Ma, look at me now. I made it at 52. So what's hope? Especially if you was in and out of prison, or you got, you had child, you fell upon hard times. You know what I mean? In and out of jobs or getting fired. And that's why a lot of people are becoming entrepreneurs now. This time is booming with people that's trying to start their own business. Because they're not happy with where they at and they want to be financially free. Like Hov said, financial freedom, my only hope. You know what I mean? Fuck living rich and dying broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't fault a nigga for being one way 10, 15 years ago and now where he at now. Let's celebrate that. Because that's an American, this is the American underdog story. We love stories like this. People that was down at the bottom and now they at the top now. You know what I mean? Or they almost at the top. How could you hate on a nigga like that? I just don't understand that. I don't understand that mindset. A lot of us is underdogs. We not the favorite to win this shit. You know what I mean? Not with the things that's set up. If you want to go into systemic and the system study, whether you believe or not, the chances are you're not going to be 1% of the men, 10% of the men, 20%, 30% for the men. Women, if you look good enough and all that, yeah, you might get chosen. And a lot of them do get chosen and get swooped up. All races of women, not just black, but you're black, not just the black sisters that's tuning in right now. If you're a nice looking woman and you fit feminine and friendly and you think you could get with a brother program, then you could hit a lotto ticket. You could get a lotto ticket for a bro though. If it's not for a man, if it's not passed down to you through heritage, if you ain't hit the lotto or nothing like that, oh no, you got to get in the mud. You got to put the mud on you like in the Terminator. When that nigga was coming for him, Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, not the new ones, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original. When the Terminator was coming for him, and you know what I mean, he was like this on the wall, and he realized he couldn't see him. He had to put the mud all over his face and all that. Yeah, we got to get it out the mud. And it's hard to climb a mountain when you're covered in mud. Slippery slopes out here in these streets, no matter what field you choose. So just remember that before you go trying to shit on the next man. You know what I mean? This nigga got out the mud. Independent. Well, y'all with iHeart. And he went over there to JOEBUTTONS like, yeah, I'm going to go fuck with you because you see the bigger picture. You trying to be independent. Never knock a man for his independence, my nigga. Like, where we do that at? And then to put that out there like it's lame because he's working. So what? He's out there working. So what? There's plenty of niggas work every day standing on them bridges trying to sell oranges and them little empanada shits to people to feed their family. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that? That's why his show, you know what I mean, is like, you know what I mean? I like it because it's like, yeah, like you sticking up for the regular niggas. It's a lot of regular, average, at best niggas out here. It is. It is. And they may be striving, but that don't mean they're going to get it. So who are you, women and Angela Yee and all these other people to look at us like, damn, you just a fireman. That's not good enough. A fire nigga is not good. I'm good enough to come save you, put the fire out, but I'm not good enough to get no buns and put a ring on you and have you be an honorable, woman. I can't make you an honorable woman for you to, obey and serve me. Damn, like, the fuck? I might just let your shit burn down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. If not, then it is what it is. You allowed to, agree to disagree. But you know what it is. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You now tuned in POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.